afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Wednesday. Interesting weather day today.
A little bit of everything in the weather today. A little rain, now it's sunny and mild. Very nice.
Tornadoes to the east of us, but
yeah.
we'll get the weather wrap up coming up in just a minute. But first, the trial of Darrell Brooks continued today, but had to break early because of that tornado warning. More witnesses took the stand and told their story about what they saw on that day.
2 weeks ago, Hurricane Ian battered the coast of Florida, and some Wisconsinites headed down to help. Our Catherine Merck has an update from the Red Cross, which still has crews from the Madison area down south.
And the Marquette Law School poll was released this afternoon with less than a month to go to the midterms. Poll director Charles Franklin joins us to break down the numbers. Let's take a look outside. I guess the wind didn't take all the leaves off the trees.
Not all of them, yep. Still lots of color out there.
It warmed up a little bit with the sun, but you're going to need to bundle up. It's going to cool off. Greg is in the backyard with our fork. Interesting day today.
Yeah, it had a bit, like you said, a bit of everything with that cold front coming through this morning. Then it came east, produced a severe weather. It's now kind of out of the picture. We had clearing behind the front, so it allowed temps to increase. But then we have another wave heading into the area from the west. You can see the cloud cover just to the west in Iowa. That's the line of showers, and even colder air behind that will be coming through this evening. Radar shows all that activity this morning well over to the east of Michigan, but we do have showers coming in from the west, and that will be this afternoon, and through the evening hours we'll see a line of showers come through here. You can kind of see that in future casts as it comes through, hits Madison about the 5 to 6 p.m. It's good to have some gusty winds in that, but overall will be some showers. Overall temperatures have climbed up because of the sun a little bit. Well, that's just a false thing for you, because tomorrow we won't be anywhere close to these temperatures. Right now we're right around 60 or the upper 50s in Dane County overall. So looking ahead, we'll have those showers come through this evening. We'll drop the temperatures down to the 50s, and then overnight more clouds, but temperatures will stay in the lower 40s with the wind. But we have colder air coming, and I'll break down how cold we get the next few days and through the weekend in a little bit.
All right, Craig, we'll see you then. Thank you. The Darrell Brooks trial was cut short today as a precaution due to that tornado warning in the area. The trial continued after the warning expired, but the judge then decided to break for the day and asked all parties to look at their schedules to make up for lost time in today's trial. Brooks got emotional for the third time in this trial after a witness recalled in detail what he saw the day of the Waukesha parade tragedy. We want to warn you that some of the testimony you're about to hear is graphic.
He proceeded to, and she was basically on the right side of his vehicle, and he proceeded to run her over with the right front tire, then the right rear tire. And at that point, I was just focused on the body on the ground, but I remember hearing the roar of the engine again.
Today, Brooks also tried to subpoena the state of Wisconsin. Judge Doro said she could not require the state to testify because it's an entity, not a person. The trial will continue tomorrow at about 8:30 a.m., and you can watch it streamed online at channel3000.com. 2 weeks ago today, people in Florida were hunkered down as Hurricane Ian slammed the Gulf Coast. The Category 4 hurricane caused a massive amount of damage.
A lot of people from Wisconsin went down in the days that followed to help Florida clean up. Our Catherine Merck has an update from the Red Cross, which still has crews from our area down south. Catherine?
The Red Cross told me they have about 40 volunteers from the state of Wisconsin currently helping clean up from Ian. There's Jim, Allison, and Bob pictured here. They're just a few of the volunteers from Wisconsin working in Florida right now. The Red Cross says that typically volunteers go down for a 2-week assignment. That means the first wave of volunteers will soon start to make their way back to Wisconsin, and more people will head down after that. The executive director with the Southwest Wisconsin Red Cross chapter explained the severity of this storm and the importance of people stepping up.
I've seen a lot of disasters from Katrina to Harvey. I would say that this is probably one of our top 5 disasters that the Red Cross has responded to. All the residents are trying to get back in, pick up their lives, and find out what's left of their homes.
It wasn't just Red Cross volunteers who went there from Wisconsin. A convoy of utility crews from here and across the upper Midwest went down too. You'll hear from one of the line workers from Prairie for the first time since returning to Wisconsin tonight at 6 o'clock.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. We'll see you at 6, Catherine.
I want to thank Catherine.
Yeah. Thank you. A pedestrian remains in critical condition tonight after they were struck by a vehicle last night on Madison's west side. About 6:20 p.m., a vehicle turning southbound onto High Point Road from Mineral Point Road hit the pedestrian. The driver remained on the scene and is cooperating with the investigation.
A Sun Prairie teacher arrested late last week after allegedly recording students in a school bathroom now faces 3 federal charges in the case. A federal indictment filed today charges 34-year-old Matthew Quaglieri of Sun Prairie with 3 counts of child pornography production. According to the indictment, Quaglieri used an iPad on 3 separate occasions to produce videos of minors engaging in sexually explicit conduct. In announcing Quaglieri's arrest Friday night, the Sun Prairie Police Department said he recorded students in the bathroom of Prairie View Middle School where he taught.
A criminal complaint filed in Dane County Court this week alleges a Madison teen lured his ex-girlfriend to his car before forcing her inside. 18-year-old Alexander DeVicente Hernandez is being charged with kidnapping and felony intimidation of a victim. He met an ex-girlfriend at Country Grove Park in Madison before forcing her into his car and driving to Dodgeville. After driving erratically for over an hour, he eventually returned to Madison and let the woman out. During an initial appearance today, the court entered not guilty pleas to any misdemeanor counts on his behalf. His cash bond was set at $5,000 and he was ordered to have GPS monitoring.
The Marquette Law School released its latest poll this afternoon showing the race close. One race close, the other not so much. Among people who say they are likely to vote in November, incumbent Governor Tony Evers leads challenger Tim Michaels 47 to 46%, which is a little tighter than the September poll that showed Evers ahead 47 to 44%. The story is different on the U.S. Senate side, however, where Ron Johnson leads Mandela Barnes 52 to 46% among likely voters, a significant lead that's outside the margin of error. We'll have more on the Marquette Law School poll when Director Charles Franklin joins us in the next segment.
And a reminder, Governor Tony Evers and his challenger Tim Michaels will face off this Friday in their first and only televised debate before the November 8th election. It will be held right here in the News 3 Now studio. You can watch it here on Channel 3 or our live stream on channel3000.com beginning at 7 o'clock.
Well, the Supreme Court talked about art today.
The justices hearing a high-stakes case about the artist Andy Warhol and whether he illegally copied another artist's work.
Michael George reports on what's at stake.
They're among Andy Warhol's most iconic portraits, the silkscreen images of Prince. When the musician died in 2016, Vanity Fair put one of them on its cover. The image was based on a 1981 photograph by Lynn Goldsmith. She sued Warhol's foundation, claiming copyright infringement.
What is the reason or justification to take another's copyrighted work? The reason can't be to avoid paying the customary price.
The foundation argues the use of Goldsmith's photo was legal because Warhol's changes to it were transformative, a point Justice Samuel Alito said can lead to a lot of dispute.
If you called Andy Warhol as a witness, what would he say was the purpose of his, the message or meaning of his
I wish
creation?
I could answer that question. He's not with us, as you know, Your Honor.
I know.
A district court ruled in 2019 in favor of Warhol, saying the works were protected from copyright claims because they convey a different meaning from the original. But an appeals court reversed that decision, saying judges aren't art critics. If the Supreme Court agrees, law professor Paul Shinall says it could throw a chill over the art world.
And what's at risk here is the ability to take a pre-existing work, especially if it's a visual work, and build upon it.
The justices did find some lighter moments when Clarence Thomas revealed his musical tastes.
Let's say that I'm both a Prince fan, which I was in the 80s, and
No longer.
But it's serious business. If it loses its case, the Warhol Foundation could owe Goldsmith millions in fees and royalties. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky is urging the World Bank to help rebuild his country and win the war against Russia. He's asking for billions to restore schools, hospitals, damaged transportation, and housing. Earlier, G7 leaders released a statement promising further defense support for Ukraine and additional economic consequences for Russia. The action comes as rhetoric between the U.S. and Russia escalates. Last night on CNN, President Biden issued a warning to Russian President Putin.
He, in fact, cannot continue with impunity to talk about the use of a tactical nuclear weapon as if that's a rational thing to do. The mistakes get made, and the miscalculation could occur. No one can be sure what would happen, and it could end in Armageddon.
The Kremlin fired back this morning, calling President Biden's interview harmful and provocative. Ukraine says since Monday, more than 100 Russian missiles have rained down on the country.
Conspiracy theorist Alex Jones has been ordered by a Connecticut jury to pay $965 million to people who suffered from his false claim that the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting was a hoax. The verdict is the second big judgment against the former InfoWars host for claiming the massacre was staged. It came in a lawsuit filed by the relatives of 8 Sandy Hook victims. An FBI agent who responded to the shooting was also a plaintiff. Jones now says he believes the shooting was real, but he says he had a right to publicly question whether it happened. A Texas jury in August ordered Jones to pay $50 million to the parents of another slain child. People seeking shelter this winter in Madison will need to rely on another new home, but the city hopes it's the final temporary one. That shelter opens tomorrow. Crews have worked to convert the former thrift store on Zaire Road into a temporary men's shelter since February. It will have space for as many as 200 men. Community development leaders say while the space is temporary, it's still nicer and better suited to help people than the old Fleet Services building on 1st Street.
What you're seeing here, the different accommodations here, are reflecting what we have heard from shelter users, things that are important to them. So I'm hoping and expecting that they'll be well received.
The temporary men's shelter will feature better bathrooms with private showers, lockers, and common areas for dining. It will also have space for one-on-one meetings, isolation and recovery rooms to take in people who are sick or under the influence.
Well, the Curter Burger made its triumphant return to Culver's today for the first time in almost a year. The special burger was born from an April Fool's Day joke. People liked the idea so much that an online petition circulated with thousands of people asking that the fictional food become a reality. On October 15th last year, National Cheese Curd Day, Culver's made those people's dreams come true. The burger was available for one day only, prompting long lines at restaurants across the country. The Madison area ran out of the item due to high demand.
It's the greasy goodness you really want, you know? It's, you got the nice crisp, you got a nice crunch. It's a good burger. Culver should seriously think about putting it on the menu full time. Like, I don't know why it's not a thing, like, already. I feel like it should be. Craig, if you're watching this, you know my number.
That's a fan. Last year, the event resulted in record sales for many Culver's locations nationwide. About 20% of the chain's restaurants set a new single-day sales record. After 136,000 Curter burgers were sold, the Curter Burger will be available through the end of the month or while supplies last.
Which may be tomorrow, for who knows. I didn't get one last time, did you?
Well, I did the story with Craig.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So you did.
I did it.
Yeah. I hope I'm luckier this time. I want to try it.
Yeah, it's worth trying. Good cheeseburger. Still to come at 4, the latest numbers are out from the Marquette Law School poll.
When we come back, the poll's director, Charles Franklin, will join us with analysis of the latest numbers. That's when Live at 4 continues. Stay with us.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4.
Don't you wish you could wave a magic wand and have whiter teeth? Well, you can, but it's not magic. It's power swabs. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and boom, whiter teeth and a better smile. And since you're not dealing with messy trays or awkward strips, you're less vulnerable to the harsh sensitivity they sometimes create.
I've used strips. They seem to really hurt my teeth. The power swabs, it just seemed very gentle.
It's so simple and easy. You just open it, you apply it to your teeth, you forget it's there, and I noticed that they're white and bright again like they were before.
I noticed actually a difference the first time that I used power swabs. You put on the first coat and then the activator goes on, and immediately you start seeing it working.
It only takes 5-minute applications to get a brighter, whiter smile with power swabs. You just snap, swab, and smile. Power swabs have been clinically studied to whiten natural teeth and remove stains from caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so powerful, it removes stains from coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking.
I love my coffee in the morning.
I will never stop drinking coffee. I will not be the person drinking hot coffee with a straw.
As much coffee as I drink, I can use my power swabs and eliminate the staining.
When I use the power swabs, I applied it directly to my front tooth where the coffee stain was.
I like being able to individually get the teeth, and most importantly, it got kind of in between the grooves.
You can put it directly on the stain that you see on your teeth, and it's so precise.
But as powerful as it is, it's also gentle and causes 0 to minimal sensitivity.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab, and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
Take it from me as someone who has gone the dental route, but has also gone on the shelf route, and I've not really seen anything work as effective and as easy as power swabs.
Whiten your teeth today by ordering power swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen to use on the go after meals or a cup of coffee. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Why do dermatologists choose Dove?
The Dove Beauty Bar is gentle, not only cleans, hydrates my skin.
As a dermatologist, I want what's best for our skin.
With 1/4 moisturizing cream, Dove is the #1 bar dermatologists use at home.
Your style is your superpower, yours to create and own. Your best style starts with Tresemme, our most advanced formulas infused with salon-inspired ingredients like hyaluronic acid and pro-style technology. Pro Smooth, Pro Shine, Pro Confidence.
I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Ron Johnson caught lying. Independent fact checks call his attacks on Mandela Barnes false and misleading. But it's Johnson's views that are alarming. Johnson supported a ban on abortions. He co-sponsored a bill that makes no exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the woman. And Johnson said if women don't like it, they can move. The truth is, it's Ron Johnson who doesn't belong in Wisconsin.
Welcome back, everyone. Hall of Fame quarterback Brett Favre says he has been unjustly smeared in the media over his connection to a massive welfare fraud scheme in his home state of Mississippi.
He insists he didn't know the millions in grant money he helped secure for a volleyball center at his alma mater came from welfare funds. Same with $1.1 million he was paid directly for a PSA campaign. A state audit in 2020 found that more than $77 million was improperly used from the welfare program meant for the neediest families in the state. Instead, it went to expensive cars, a private school, and pet projects of celebrities and the politically connected. Favre returned the $1.1 million that he was paid, although the state auditor says he owes $228,000 in interest.
Wholesale prices rose in September despite Federal Reserve efforts to control inflation. Gas prices, service prices, including health care, lodging, and shipping, also rose last month, and grocery bills are rising at their fastest pace in decades. The Federal Reserve has been hiking interest rates in an effort to cool the economy, but there are concerns the rate hikes are happening too fast, and that could lead to a recession.
Stocks ended lower as investors await a consumer price index report. The Dow Industrials lost 28 points, closing at 29,210. The NASDAQ fell 9, and the S&P 500 gave up 11. Well, the midterm election, less than a month away now.
The Marquette Law School poll released its latest survey today on the biggest races in Wisconsin.
Charles Franklin, of course, the director of the Marquette Law School poll, and he joins us now. Welcome back, Charles.
Hi, Charles.
Good to be here.
So what are the headlines here?
Well, a very tight governor's race. Evers leading by 1 point over Michaels, 47-46. But Ron Johnson opening up a little bit of a lead in the Senate race, leading by 6 points, 52-46 for Mandela Barnes. We've seen both of these races trend in a Republican direction since August, but the governor's race has moved considerably less, and the Senate race considerably more.
Let's take a look at where the governor's numbers were in August, and then we'll show you this is what it was 48-44 in August, and here's today's poll.
That's right. And in September, that 4-point Evers lead shrunk to 3 points and now to 1 point this month. Almost all of that movement is due to independents shifting from being fairly strong for Democrats in August to basically evenly divided in the governor's race now. Partisans are very strongly aligned behind their party's nominee, and that hasn't changed very much. There's been a little bit of movement in likelihood of voting, with Republicans picking up a little bit more in the likelihood between September and this survey.
So let's look at the race for the U.S. Senate.
There, the trend is really quite strong. In August, we had Barnes ahead by 7 points immediately after the primary. Then in September, that had tightened to a 1-point Johnson lead, and now a 6-point Johnson lead, a steady trend over that time. And as with the governor's race, most of this change comes from shifts among independents, and those independents have shifted a bit more in the Senate race, a bit less in the governor's race.
So it's really all going to come down to turnout, right?
Turnout could make a big difference. When we look at all registered voters, a very high turnout scenario, then the Senate race is actually tied. Whereas if we see a more normal level of turnout, it's a 6-point Johnson lead. So there's quite a difference there. In the governor's race, it's a bit smaller, but with a very high turnout, Evers' margin moves up to about 5 points instead of a 1-point margin.
And what are the top issues that are driving voters?
Yeah, it's such a night and day picture between the parties. For Republicans, it's inflation, illegal immigration, and crime. For Democrats, it's abortion, gun violence, and public schools. And then independents are a little bit of a mix of those. Independents put public schools first, inflation second, and gun violence third. So the parties are kind of talking past one another. The independents are a little bit in on the conversation.
So it's all going to come down to turnout.
Always does.
Always does. All right, Charles, great to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Take care.
Charles.
We'll talk to you soon. There's more to come at 4. A California man is on a mission to land on the moon.
We'll have his story coming up after Greg's cooler forecast. Stay with us.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe these guys will buy our house.
What could go wrong?
Like rookie home buyers who can lower or cancel offers without notice. We Buy Ugly Houses won't reduce or cancel our firm cash offers before closing. Call or click to sell quick.
McGann Furniture and Flooring has a question for you. Do you have a hard time sleeping comfortably through the night? Is your mattress 10 years old or even older? Chances are you're due for a new one. Mattress technology has changed a lot in the last 10 years. Our experienced staff will help you find the right style, construction, and firmness that will give you years of sleeping comfort. And remember, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. With delivery and disposal of your old set, we make it easy to have the bed of your dreams at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
At TSR, we transform your old, beat-up concrete into a beautiful, durable surface in one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings. We specialize in garages, patios, pool decks, basements, and more. We don't just coat over your old concrete. We start by grinding it down, then we apply the base coat and chip and seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. Our coatings are beautiful, durable, ridiculously easy to clean, and are backed by our exclusive lifetime warranty. Our in-house team is ready to answer any questions that you have before and after the install. And right now on all projects, we're offering 15% off. Call the number shown below or visit our website for your new floor today.
My school does active shooter drills every few months. It's terrifying to think about.
Tim Michaels wants to allow teenagers my age to buy AR-15s with no waiting period.
It's a terrible idea.
It's a really bad idea.
And Michaels wants to allow people to bring loaded guns on our school grounds. And that's just not okay. I don't want guns in my school. We shouldn't be making things worse.
Tim Michaels is just way too radical.
He's way too divisive. Tim Michaels is wrong for Wisconsin.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4 Imprint. Yes, I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes, certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4 Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4 Imprint, for certain.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe she could sell her house.
What could go wrong?
Like listing your house, then dealing with all the trouble, expense, not to mention closing costs. We Buy Ugly Houses can buy your house fast for all cash as is with no hassle. Call or click to sell quick.
Take a look at this. Check out this video of a towering dust devil caught on camera in Arkansas. The guy who shot the video says it's the biggest dust devil he's ever seen. At one point, someone is seen running right up to the twister. I don't know what he's trying to do.
Is that wise?
Well, we got to lose the insert there. There he is.
Oh, there we go.
That's probably not wise. Trying to get a selfie, maybe? Just as soon as it appeared, the devil dissipated into the air. Greg's here now. Are those dangerous?
Yeah, I've dealt with them out west all the time.
Yeah.
So they can get up to 200 feet tall, and they picked up people and tossed them. So yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they're pretty strong. So you gotta
don't run into
at least you'll get sand and junk in your eyes. So
and we had the other kind of tornadoes in this area today.
Yes, a few of them. So far, we know. We haven't seen anything, but we got the cold air to speak of, so we won't have the severe weather anymore, but we'll definitely have the 40s coming back in the picture, and I'll break that down after the break.
Don't like paying taxes? Neither does Mandela Barnes. Barnes didn't pay thousands in property taxes he owed. Barnes failed to pay his taxes, but he wants you to pay more. He supported raising Wisconsin's gas tax nearly 30%, even though we already pay some of the highest gas taxes in the country. And he supported a $1 billion tax increase on Wisconsin families and an income tax as high as 70%. Mandela Barnes, another tax-raising, hypocritical politician. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Fry Construction wants to thank you for once again voting us Best of Madison 3 years running with 27% off gutters or insulation. Your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best of Madison 3 years in a row. Experience the Best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Save 27% off gutters or insulation with any full roof replacement project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
These are the faces that smile so wide at the friends and staff who are by their side, where life is lived with a feeling of pride on every bump of life's great ride that comes from the care that sweetens the air that lives in the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living built with the help of angels.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, quite a change of temperatures we've had in the last several days. We went to the 70s, and now we're going to see probably the 40s. So we had a line of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon came with that severe weather. That's associated with the cold front. We got one more wave coming through this evening with some showers, and then we have a couple more back here. So we're going to have a series of these come through each day with this flow basically on the northwest. Will keep us cool and keep us showery at times, and especially breezy too. So we're not going to see much change going on with that. Overall, as you see, Futurecast shows that line coming through 6 p.m. by Madison. A few showers, gusty winds, could see some gusts near 30 with this coming through. And then we're going to have a little bit of showers. Oops, go back there again. There we go. We'll see a few more showers come through tonight, more for central Wisconsin. And then tomorrow, more or less a cloud cover will come overhead with a few showers. And yes, you're going to see a few flakes up there to the north too with this as this wraps around. So tomorrow may start off partly sunny, but we'll be mostly cloudy by the afternoon with a few spotty showers. Cool, breezy conditions. Then we have another one come here. You'll see this front. This will dig south. This is going to be our Friday system. That'll produce more rainfall as we get closer to Friday morning and afternoon. So that'll be continuing this pattern. And it's a cold pattern for at least a good week going on. So you see Futurecast, there's the precip going through. We'll average out the temperatures dropping back down to the mid-50s to the upper 40s by 8 p.m. We'll have mostly clear skies or partly cloudy overnight. A few showers could come through later up to the north, but overall our temperatures will drip back down into the low 40s, upper 30s. But overall the winds will still there, so that'll keep the temperatures up. You see that little wave come across to the north, a few showers later, and then tomorrow morning we'll drop off, and then here comes the cloud cover in the afternoon with a few showers. And notice that the temperatures are struggling to get the mid to upper 40s. Some areas may get 50, but it's going to be a breezy, kind of cold afternoon, really more like mid-November for tomorrow than it was there. Overall, Thursday we'll see more clearing skies by the evening. That'll allow temperatures to drop more into the 30s and even the 20s when we come Friday morning. Winds, we'll definitely see winds with this showers coming through. We'll have another area of winds too, so gusting 25, maybe 30 at times. These won't subside too much overnight, but they will be kind of breezy throughout the tomorrow time frame too, and they'll actually increase tomorrow afternoon. So we're not going to see much in the reduction of winds for the next 24 hours, so something to keep in mind that'll definitely keep it cold. Overall, as you see, the 10-day, we're going to drop off up to 50, 51. Then we're going to see another front come through, and that's when the temperatures drop another. We're looking at maybe 43 on Monday, which that could be almost a record max min day for that. It's like 41. And then we climb back up after that to about the mid-40s, but in almost maybe the mid-50s if we get closer to the end of next week. But it's a cold pattern.
And it's supposed to be 60?
Average about 60, yeah.
Not 43?
No, not 43.
I like it cooler, but maybe it's a little early.
I think the lowest temperature on that date was 41, so we're not too far off. So it's like it's about a week earlier than Thanksgiving. That's about the average temp for that time.
Okay. So we're a month
ahead, yeah.
Oh, great. Thanks, Greg.
Thanks, Greg.
An elderly California man is booking another trip to space. He's already been to the International Space Station back in 2001.
Now he's planning a week-long trip even further. Janet Shamlian talked to the millionaire on a moon mission.
He was the world's first space tourist.
California millionaire Dennis Tito is on his way to the International Space Station.
Dennis Tito dropped $20 million on a 2001 trip aboard a Russian Soyuz spacecraft, called the most expensive vacation in history.
It was paradise. I've been thinking about it every day since.
We met the retired businessman and his wife Akiko at the SpaceX Starbase facility in South Texas, where he announced he intends to go back to space, this time with SpaceX, and taking Akiko along for the ride, a week-long flyby of the moon.
That's what I'm interested in. I will not go back to Earth orbit. I've been there, done that.
Their ride to the moon? SpaceX's Starship rocket.
When you guys look at this, like, what do you think?
Amazing. It's off the chart.
When Starship is hoisted atop its super heavy booster, it will be almost 400 feet tall, 33 engines firing to blast it off the launch pad, twice as powerful as NASA's Artemis moon rocket. Starship, designed to be fully reusable, is still in development. SpaceX has nailed some test flights, others erupting in fireballs.
What gives you confidence this is going to work?
Every time a rocket explodes, you learn something. So the more rocket explosions we see, the better. Because then we'll get all the bugs out of it.
Realistically, when do you think you'll fly?
I take the worst case, 5 years.
That would put the California man close to 90 years old, 82 now. He says he feels great.
I am probably in better physical shape than I was 21 years ago.
Tito's flight would be the second Starship lunar flyby, the first booked by a Japanese billionaire. 10 other yet-to-be-named crew members would join the Titos.
Myself being in my early 80s will be very inspiring to people of all ages because they'll now be able to start to think about their golden years. And maybe it's not going to be a rocking chair. Maybe it's going to be a
rocket ship?
A rocket chair.
Janet Shamlian, CBS News, at SpaceX Starbase in South Texas.
Well, I guess you got to do something.
Right.
Coming up next year on Live at 4, a man face plants, but at least a bunch of puppies are there to help him out. You're going to want to see this.
And then coming up next hour at 5, an experimental guaranteed income program has distributed its first payments. Our Andrew Banstra will break it down for us at 5.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Nothing beats a great night's sleep on a new mattress from Steinhoffels. Right now, save up to $800 on Beautyrest adjustable base sets. Queen mattresses start at just $449. Upgrade to the luxury and comfort of a Beautyrest Black and get $200 in Steinhoffels cash. Plus, get a $100 MasterCard rewards card when you make a $29.99 mattress purchase with our Steinhoffels 60-month 0% financing. Isn't it time you got a great night's sleep? Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
I'm Sheriff Jim Johnson. I'm Sheriff Eric Severson. We've got the real story on Mandela Barnes.
Barnes wants to defund our police, but he spent over $600 grand of your money on police protection for himself.
Barnes wants to eliminate bail for violent felons, and his administration has already released over 800 criminals, including 44 child rapists.
Take it from us.
Mandela Barnes policies are a threat to your family.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Looking for one of our most capable Ford SUVs? Okay, great. We've got you covered. Spacious interiors, innovative tech, good looks, and a legendary off-road experience. Check out our inventory today, or let us help you place a custom order. Getting into the perfect Ford SUV? Well, it's easier than ever. Yeah, we've got you covered. Now choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge and get 0% financing for 66 months.
Hey, we're here at the local farmers market where Informed Choice Insurance Agency is offering fresh, hand-picked local Medicare. What do you mean when you say shop local for Medicare?
Your local Medicare plans have all of the bells and whistles the national TV ads promise, only better because you're working with local agents who know the doctors, specialists, and the hospital networks inside and out. You're not going to get that talking to a national call center wanting to check your zip code.
Don't be fooled by national TV hype. When it comes to your Medicare options, keep it local with Informed Choice Insurance Agency, and their services are free.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Ahead at 5, a new program is aiding Madison families with guaranteed income. News 3 Now looks into the initiative's goals with its no-strings-attached philosophy.
Another line of gusty showers may move through this evening, but no severe weather is expected. It will bring a noticeable drop in temperatures for tomorrow. Chilly weather will then continue into next week. I'll be watching the radar at 5.
And ahead at 6, Will Keneally has your reality check on Ron Johnson's policies toward gun safety and gun violence in Wisconsin. Tonight at 6.
we end up in Baltimore today as we spin the weather satellite. It is 68 degrees there. I've never been to Baltimore.
Partly cloudy. Oh, that's a great city.
I've been to the airport.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful by the waterfront.
Well, dogs are known as man's best friends, partly because they never let you down, never disappoint you.
Jeannie Mose shows us just how much.
It's easy to fall for 4 adorable Rottweiler puppies. But this is the kind of fall that isn't just embarrassing. When you're part of a super cute puppy video, your wipeout becomes a global joke.
The entire world has been making fun of me.
James Phillipson was dog sitting for his sister-in-law, who owns Morpheus, Memphis, Medusa, and Midas on a farm in Washington State.
They're very lovable puppies, and they just want to be wherever you are all the time.
So when James kept trying to keep them inside the gate, they kept wanting to follow him out. Back and forth they ran, and then awe turned to ouch. James blamed it on his own uncoordination. He says it was really painful. Are you okay? I mean, did you get hurt?
So that's the worst. So it really wasn't that bad.
The story does have a 10-week-old puppy hero named Memphis.
This puppy's just comforting me, and then he just starts crawling in between my legs.
Next, Morpheus comes and tugs on his hoodie string. Eventually, James dragged himself upright and resumed trying to corral the pups, at one point tossing one.
I feel terrible for that. I went back and cuddled those puppies.
Finally, the dog sitter was able to shut the gate, bringing to a close a story that left James with his tail between his legs. Make that a pup. Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
Oh, ouch.
Ouch. But the puppies are the rescue.
The puppies make
man's
everything
best friend,
better.
that's for sure. Well, it's time to get your plant and garden questions answered.
Lisa Briggs is standing by at the Bruce Company. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, guys.
Oh, look at those beautiful mums. It's so pretty there. She's going to be taking your calls, so if you have a question, call now, 608-270-9933. We'll take your calls when we come back.
RSVP Dane County's Foster Grandparent Program is a federally funded program through the Corporation for National and Community Service, the state of Wisconsin, and Dane County.
The Foster Grandparent Program is a program where seniors are placed into schools and they get to teach one-on-one. It also helps the teachers get the benefits of an extra hand in the classroom. This program is for seniors who qualify as low income. They get to have a small stipend if they do the minimum of 5 hours a week, and they get meal reimbursement and travel expenses.
Now, Miss Charlotte has been a foster grandparent here at Lincoln for 2 years. Why did you decide to do this in the first place?
Well, I had been a teacher, and I was looking for a situation where I felt I could contribute. And when I saw the flyer, I thought, oh, I get a chance to be in the classroom again with the kids. I said, I have to do this.
One thing I very much appreciate about Miss Charlotte, our foster grandparent, is she can just take things one kid at a time, one issue at a time, one skill at a time. And I know the kids very much appreciate that. It's just beyond invaluable.
I have now another family and colleagues who I work with. They make me feel like I'm on the staff, and it's just been wonderful.
To find out more about the Foster Grandparent Program, you can visit rsvpdane.org. From Lincoln Elementary School, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
Fry Construction wants to thank you for once again voting us Best of Madison 3 years running with 27% off gutters or insulation. Your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best of Madison 3 years in a row. Experience the Best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Save 27% off gutters or insulation with any full roof replacement project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Most senators couldn't tell you the cost of a gallon of milk. Thanks, Ruben. Or how much beef has gone up this year. But I'm not like most senators or any of the other millionaires running for Senate. My mom was a teacher and my dad worked third shift. I know how hard you work. And I know that by bringing manufacturing home, we create jobs and we lower costs. If we want to change Washington, we got to change the people we send there. I'm Mandela Barnes and I approve this message.
Yeah, overall, if you look at the wide picture of the Beltway, actually everything is good. No incidents to speak of, just some normal delays. We did have a crash earlier on 151 US 18 towards Mount Horeb. We still have a backup in that area right now. Otherwise, we go to the north. Actually, we zoom in, Beltway 2. Overall, everything is actually looking pretty good right now for traffic-wise. And then zooming up more to the interstates, no issues to go on to speak of there. And then finally, all the way down to Janesville area, everything is looking good too. It's dry right now with some winds, but do remember there will be a line of showers coming through later this evening, a couple hours. So something to keep in mind of you guys.
All right, Greg, thank you. A winner has been crowned in this year's Fat Bear Week contest in Alaska's Katmai National Park. The 2020 champion, a bear known as number 747, marking his second victory in 3 years. The contest is a week-long celebration of bears gorging themselves on salmon at the preserve in preparation for winter hibernation. Fans watch and vote they did more than 900,000 times. 747 defeated bear number 901 in the final. 747, who weighs 1,400 pounds, is the biggest bear to catch salmon at Brooks River.
Wow, look at the size of it.
It's a big bear. Well, we're taking your plant and garden questions today.
If you have a question for Lisa Briggs, the number to call 608-270-9933.
Lisa joining us live from the Bruce Company in Middleton. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Great. Some beautiful mums there.
I know, and some peppers, too.
You like those peppers. Let's go to the calls. We'll start with Diane in Verona. Hi, Diane.
Hi.
What's your question?
Hi, Lisa. So I go through this every year. I have a pumpkin patch. I grow pumpkins for an annual pumpkin party for friends, and here they are laying on the ground, and the cold weather is setting in. Are they going to make it till October 22nd, or do I need to bring them in, cover them up? I've cut them from the stems except for the little tendrils. So what should I do?
Okay. So you've removed them from the vines?
Yeah.
Yeah, just put them in your garage. They'll be fine.
Oh my gosh, I have so many. Okay.
All right, better get moving.
Yeah, sometimes if it gets really cold, then sometimes they'll freeze once they're off the vine, and then they'll get soft.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Okay.
All right, good luck.
Thanks for calling. Let's go to Diane in Mount Horeb. Hi, Diane. What's your question?
Yes, I was wondering if it was too late to transplant peonies.
You know, it all depends on the weather, Diane. Usually peonies like to be transplanted, by the end of September. It's just a question of them rooting in enough to make it through the winter. If you do have to move them, then what I would do is make sure that you use a rooting hormone to get the roots to move faster. And then I would also make sure that you mulch them once the ground freezes so they don't get heaved out as the ground freezes and thaws. But if you can wait, then I would wait until spring. It might be better than doing it right now.
Okay. Thanks for the call. Let's go to Pat in Sun Prairie. Hi, Pat. What's your question?
Yes, I have several hydrangea bushes, some with the round flowers and some with the cone flowers. When is the best time to trim them, now or in the spring?
So for the round flowered ones, you want to wait until spring because you want to watch and try to preserve as many buds on the stem as possible. Once those buds start to swell in the spring, then you can cut back to just above a bud. The cone-shaped ones you can really prune anytime. They flower on new wood. Some people like the looks of the flowers in the winter. Some people want them cleaned up, but you can do it either time.
Okay.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for calling. Let's go to Mary in Keeler. Hi, Mary. What's your question?
I have a garden full of the honey butter or butter honey. Butter, honey nut, butternut squash.
Oh, okay.
And
They sound delicious.
Well, you know what I'm talking about now, or Lisa
Yes,
will.
no, I do. Yes.
And I was wondering if I have to bring them in, or how long, how late, because they're not really what I think ripe yet.
If the vines are okay, if the vines are have not been really touched by frost, and the vines are undamaged, you can leave them there. The vines are shot.
Yep, the vines are history.
You can leave them out. They're not going to do a ton more ripening because the vines are gone. But it's just like the pumpkin question earlier. If it gets really cold at night and we get a hard frost, then you're going to get some mushy patches on them. So it'd probably be best to bring them inside or put them in your garage in like a flat or something and let them finish up there and protect them from any really cold nights.
Okay.
Which I'm sure we're going to get in the next couple days.
All right. Let's go to John in Windsor. Hi, John. What's your question?
Hello. I have a mum on my outside deck. It has not bloomed yet. I'm just wondering if that will still bloom or if it's getting too late in the season.
It might open up yet. It's going to want full sun. If we get to where the nights are going to be much below 35, just bring it up close to the house or throw a sheet or a pot or something over to keep the frost off the flower buds.
But how late can it stay outside?
The flowers will get damaged, I would say, once it gets to about 35, 36. So throw something over the top to keep the flowers from being nipped by the frost. Otherwise, the plant itself can tolerate, temperatures to close to freezing.
And Mum's the size of a footstool.
Those are beautiful.
Yeah, some of these are like quite huge.
Let's go to Lonnie in Madison. Hi, Lonnie. What's your question?
Hi. I was given a huge Boston fern, and I want to know what I can do to it to keep it alive.
So Boston ferns are a super easy, one of the easiest ferns to grow in your house. It's going to want bright indirect light, so like an east window. And ferns also like to be kept evenly moist. So I would definitely put it on a humidity tray, just like a shallow dish with some pebbles, and you keep extra water in that pebble tray and then set the pot on top of that. That just kind of helps to humidify the air around the plant, and that will help a lot.
All right, we are out of time. We thank you all for calling in. Lisa, thank you for your time.
You're welcome, guys.
We'll see you soon. We'll have a final check your forecast coming up.
With Pick and Save Fresh Perks, it's easy to get lower than low prices for the win. You also earn fuel points on every purchase to save big at the pump. Pick and Save Fresh Perks. All you do is win big, big savings. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
Wow, this is where you work now? Figured I deserved a more inspiring space. And with home values being up, I had a lot of equity. So I got a home equity line of credit from Summit, and voila, added a home office.
Took your business to the next level.
Hey, you two have been in your place for a couple years now. Any fun plans?
Well, we just finished a refi with Summit.
Really?
And the plan is to make a bunch of great memories.
We're going to use the savings to get a camper.
Whatever your goals, Summit Credit Union can help you use your home's equity to go get them.
Join us at the Madison Fall Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Visit and get inspired for your 2023 building and remodeling projects. Go to MadisonParadeOfHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
Reducing prison populations is now sexy. Reducing prison populations is now sexy.
Sexy? Mandela Barnes's administration has released over 800 criminals, including 44 child rapists. That's not sexy. It's terrifying. And as a mother, I don't want Mandela Barnes anywhere near the Senate. From defunding our police to releasing predators, Mandela Barnes is a threat to Wisconsin families.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
With the Pick and Save app, no matter where you order free pickup, you get the same great deals as you'd get in our stores. So start your cart today. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
A new shelter opens for men in Madison. News 3 now inspects how the new facilities will be able to serve the community. And the first allotment of guaranteed income has been given to over 150 Madison families. We share how the program has touched the lives of so many. That's coming up at 5.
As political ads bombard you with campaign promises and claims to capture your vote, News 3 Now gives you a reality check, clarifying the candidates' messages and finding the facts to help you make informed choices. Reality Check, tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Right now, we do have that line of showers that actually is beginning to progress eastward. That'll be in the Madison area in a couple hours. Could have some gusty winds with that. Something to keep an eye on this evening. Otherwise, once that passes, we should have just more like cloud cover tonight with low 40s. So things that Nell Wright said, line of showers this evening, spotty tonight and tomorrow. Yes, 40s for highs and gusty winds and breezy conditions for the next 2 days. So it will definitely feel more like mid-November than it is mid-October.
There go the leaves.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of counties up north are already peaking, so yeah.
All right, Greg, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, Dr. Zorba Pastor will be along to answer your medical questions live.
And it's our Traveler Throwback Thursday. We'll meet a Madison man who is hooked on yo-yos. Look at you.
Who's that young guy?
Wow.
Wow is right.
We'll have that story coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs. Jam out on the strength machines and get down with some dumbbells. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, October 14th.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. And if you haven't tried Plexiderm, we've created the best offer yet with our Plexiderm 10-Minute Challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. Even the 11 lines between your eyes are visibly gone in minutes. Plexiderm works so well, makeup artists, celebrities in Hollywood, and even people across the country just like you look and feel years younger in minutes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. That was me a couple of years ago when I first tried Plexiderm. So I have these forehead lines. They're really deep set. They're hereditary. I've had them for years. And a couple of years ago, I took the Plexiderm 10-Minute Challenge. Really, there are no other options. Plexiderm is the only thing that works. So after that video shoot, I was just walking home through Manhattan, smiling, thinking, wow, I look really cool. I look really young. And I think it just exuded this confidence. It was life-changing. It was the best decision I ever made. Still using it.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, I look 20 years younger than I did before. And that's so super important because my whole life is about health, fitness, feeling good, and looking good. And first chance I really got to look how I feel inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there. Like, the bags are gone.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. So if under eye bags and wrinkles make you look tired and older, take action with the Plexiderm 10-Minute Challenge. Try it today for only $14.95, plus get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
In today's Final Touch, a vintage truck gets a glass crystal bedazzling.
It's a painstaking makeover. Look at this glittery vintage truck makeover that left this otherwise drab pickups cab absolutely fab. Not only did oddball custom garage owner Cleveland Shin's team successfully hand bedazzle this vintage 1978 Chevy Sierra, he says they did it in a fraction of the time. More than 300,000 glass crystals had to be glued on one at a time, but the painstaking work was worth it. The blinged out truck was finished just in time to blow away visitors at this year's Austin City Limits Music Festival.
I would love to see that.
I think Harvey needs to take it out for a test spin. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.